Hello, my loves. Welcome to Pain to Joy. My name is Danielle Sutty, and with my whole heart, I say thank you for being here, taking time to be with me in this moment. If it's available to you and feels all right, feel free to place one hand on your heart, one on your lower belly, and take a deep, deep breath into your low belly. And a long exhale. Exhaling all that no longer serves and perhaps never did. How is your heart today? In this moment, mine is extremely tender. And before I share, I will acknowledge that years ago, I discovered the One Giant Mind app. And I believe one of the co-founders or founders is Johnny Pollard. And I heard him say, share from the scar, not from the wound. And I always took that to mean when you are not in the throes of challenge or bawling your eyes out or having the most challenging time, that is the wound, the open bleeding wound. And when you're feeling a little more in your body, embodied, safe, secure, lighter, then you can share from the scar of that wound. And yet I feel called to share as my parents, they live about an hour away from me, and they were coming to town, to Calgary for various reasons. And they received my mail. My mail gets forwarded to their home. And originally I said, I'm not sure if I'll be able to handle a visit. And my mom said, okay, well, we'll just give you a quick hug and leave the mail. And even as I say that now, it makes my heart hurt and my eyes well up with tears because I'm like, I can't, after not having had connection with other humans other than physio and a 2-minute chat with a lifeguard, I really felt that I needed to spend more than 30 seconds giving each of my parents a hug. And so on one hand, I have created the way that I'm feeling now. And at the same time, we need human connection. And that is something I am grappling with as I move through this healing period. And it ain't easy. And that's okay. So basically what happened was I got ready for my parents to come over, and we had a very brief visit. I had to ask my mom several times with loving kindness to sit on her hands because she and I are both people who speak whilst using our hands. And she was okay with that, but it's difficult when it's something that you do because for me, any sort of stimulation in through my eyeballs just completely seems to overwhelm my brain and my central nervous system. I started feeling nauseous. My brain started hurting more than it already did. But I breathed and I held it together, knowing that they would be here for a very short time, and gave them many, many hugs before they left, and then walked outside as they have purchased a new vehicle. And I saw it and got to look inside. And I slowly walked back into my condo. And I don't even think my foot was through the patio door, and I burst into tears. And I burst into tears because I'm so thankful that I got to see them for a brief moment. But the overwhelming feeling was, it shouldn't hurt this much to be around people I love. And I took a beat, and I took some deep breaths, and I gave myself a hug. And I reminded myself, and I will remind myself again, and I will remind you in this moment, when you are moving through pain, challenge, grief, difficulty, it will not be like this forever. This too shall pass. And you never know if you don't try. I think it was safe to try to have some social time around the people that I've known the longest. And I'm also astonished at how challenging it was, how much I just felt bewildered, out of breath, nauseous, rosy cheeks, feverish, not fun. And as much as those few minutes after my parents and I parted ways were so painful, and also probably full of grief from not having connected in over a month in the real with them and so many others, the experience just gives me an even greater appreciation for what I know to be true, which is in life we will have grief, we will have pain, and it can live alongside joy. Because seeing my parents, that was joyful. Just sitting there on the couch with them both after my dad took some time so sweetly and swept my entire condo. It is not lost on me how grateful I am that we had those few minutes. And at the same time, followed by some intense pain. And alongside giving myself love and compassion and a hug and placing my warm hand on my chest and just breathing. I can also do myself a favor that I think I avoid at times, that maybe many of us avoid at times, which is, this is the truth of this moment. It is painful. It is full of grief. It is challenging. And it's not fun. And I don't think I placed any expectations on the experience prior to my parents arriving. I just don't think I realized how challenging and how painful it would be while sitting there at the same time enjoying their presence. But that's what life is. There are many times where we think one thing might happen and something else happens, or anticipating the worst and the best happened. And so I can be honest and say that that was difficult and challenging and painful and nausea-inducing and grief-inducing. And I can also say, thank you for the gift of being able to spend some quality moments with people that I love, which has informed my healing moving forward, which has let me know where I'm at and the plan forward I can make to feel like I'll be able to be around people and actually enjoy it. And something that I offer and invite you to reflect upon when you are going through darker, more challenging moments or seasons, how could you connect to another human and share some kindness and share some love? I know for me that used to look differently than it does now. I used to reach out to people, connect, ask if I could be helpful. And now in this quieter season, I can write thank you cards. I can send congratulations in the mail. I can look at my calendar and check out the birthdays. Sing a little happy birthday message to someone. I promise you, you will uplift their day and your own. After spending time with my folks and moving through challenging, big feelings, I gave myself some love and compassion. I let myself feel my feelings. And a little while later, I wrote a thank you card for all of the awesome gifts that my mom brought. She did some grocery shopping. She and my niece put together this massive bouquet of flowers in a vase. My dad's taking back documents to help me with my taxes. So writing them a thank you note and slipping it in the mail. Noticing that it was my uncle's birthday, sending him a birthday message. These gestures and actions, without even thinking about it now, are second nature to me because through the work of self-compassion, remembering common humanity, remembering that you are not the only one that goes through challenges, remembering that other people are moving through whatever they are moving through, and remembering to connect with other people in whatever ways feel available, possible, and good for you, Did my heart still feel tender afterwards? Of course. Does it still feel tender now? Yes. But it definitely feels more expansive, more open, and more love-filled after writing a thank you card, sending a birthday message, sending a congratulations card to another lovely human in the mail. So I invite you in small ways to share and spread love, even in your darkest moments. Remember that we are all connected, that we are all here to love and support each other. Because even if it lifts a feeling of loneliness or grief or sadness just a little bit, it's worth it. And so again, so much of life is also about perspective. Because I have every right to sit around and cry and complain that was really hard and it was difficult and it sucked. Or I can say, thank you for an experience that is now going to help me plan forward, take good care of myself, make good choices. And like I mentioned earlier, you'd never know if you don't try. When the only conversations I've had face-to-face that have been more than a minute or two are with physiotherapists, because those are conversations I need to have in a darkened room in a physio clinic. It is important to put myself and my brain in new situations to see how I do, to see how my brain fares. And just because something is difficult or challenging or brings up challenging emotions, that doesn't mean that it wasn't worth it. That doesn't mean that it was a fail. Every experience, whether it be phenomenal or the most challenging, is here to help us. It's here to help us grow. It's here to help us understand ourselves better, understand others better. My experience with my parents will help me gauge my activity levels for the coming weeks, what I can handle, what I might not be able to handle. Therefore, this experience that was wrought with pain and grief and frustration and more pain was a success. Because acknowledging the parts that were challenging helps me manage any expectations I had or have moving forward of what kind of social activities I will be able to partake in and enjoy. And I invite you to think about the last time that you framed something that you experienced as a fail. Because I don't think there are failures or mistakes. They are all opportunities for growth. They are all opportunities to course correct, to do differently, to do better. And I will figure out how to comfortably be around people I love. I will figure out what the brain breaks and the pacing looks like. Even if I've done it thousands of times before, I need to create a new path forward. Because as a human who loves humans, and I so deeply love the humans in my life, I will continue to reframe and refocus and look ahead, believing that the best is yet to come, that I will be able to be around the people that I love and even other people who I don't know in social settings, out and about in restaurants. I will choose to continue to believe that healing is happening, that I am moving forward, even if it is the most teeniest, tiniest of baby steps at a time. And whatever might be happening in your life where you feel like you're not moving forward, or you haven't been making the changes, or the changes you're making don't seem to be happening fast enough, let me remind you with all of my love and all of my heart to be kind and gentle with yourself, to continue to come back to patience and trust and belief that things are moving forward, even if it doesn't feel like it, even if it doesn't seem like it. And these little tiny baby steps that you are taking, that I am taking, they are moving us in the right direction. My baby steps are moving me in the path of healing, of feeling better, of feeling strong and good, whilst being able to confidently connect with other humans. And whatever your baby steps are leading you towards, I believe in you. I know that you will get there. There are going to be setbacks. There are going to be frustrations. There will be pain. But just keep putting one foot in front of the other, no matter how slowly you feel like you might be moving. You are moving. You are doing it. And I am acknowledging you for the challenges and the battles that you feel like you are up against, that nobody else even knows about. I am cheering you on from afar. I believe in you. I see you, and I urge you to not give up. I urge you to keep moving forward. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel angry. But a little bit later today, or tomorrow or the next day, get back at it. Take those baby steps, and remember that it will not always be this way. I am sending you so much love. I am sending you whatever you feel that you might need in this moment and in this moment to stay the path, to stay true to your goals and your dreams. Whatever your path forward looks like, I'm here for it. I'm excited for you, and I am sending you so much love from my still tender, but feeling lighter and more hopeful heart to yours. Thank you for listening. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for your encouragement and support. I believe in you. You've got this. Keep moving forward until we meet again.